Hello everyone and welcome to Photo Finds. I'm your host Gavin Hatch and this is episode number 112. This week we're doing a time hop episode because I was actually wanting to go out 2 different days this week when I had off to take photos of stuff around Universal because they have some new stuff, and it poured both days, so I was not able to get out there. So we're going to take a look back at 2012, 13, 14, 15, and 16 of what was going on in the parks in the month of June. So let's get started in 2012. Now at the ticket windows over at Walt Disney World, you can see here the pricing has definitely changed since 2012. If you have visited recently or if you are a local, you'll know that a one-day ticket to a park is no longer $89. It's actually well over $100 to go to a park just for a single day. Now, Disney World now offers options to go ahead and pay. You pay a little bit more by going to Magic Kingdom, but it is less if you're going to the other 3 parks at Walt Disney World. So the pricing structure has changed. There's also now tier pricing where the pricing will be higher during peak season, such as Christmas week, spring break, and summer, but then it will go down during our off-peak times or off-seasons, such as fall, right after January, February. Those times of year are definitely less expensive, but still pricey. Over in the Magic Kingdom Park, though, the very last week of May, first week of June was when we saw and had to say goodbye to the Snow White Scary Adventures attraction. This classic attraction that opened up with the park in '71 did close and is now Princess Fairy Tale Hall. And we also welcomed, though, a new thing. So Art of Animation opened up in 2012. It's hard to believe. It's been there, it seems like just yesterday, but it has been there since 2012. Art of Animation is my favorite value resort at Disney World, and it's a beautiful hotel, and it's interesting, a very interesting backstory, because this hotel was supposed to be the second phase of the Pop Century Resort. And it just, because of the economics and things going on in 9/11, it had to be put on hold. The part of the buildings were actually built. The Little Mermaid area was built and set empty, and was just pretty much the skeleton of the building for a long time. And then they finally decided to go ahead and move forward, but they rethemed the entire resort. So there's, I've talked about this before. I think I did a whole photo finds on this resort, and it's very interesting that the history there and the backstory on it. Now jumping to 2013, we're looking at the parking structure here, or not the parking structure, the toll plaza I should say, over at Animal Kingdom. You'll notice 2 things that are very different now in 2017 is, first of all, the times. It closed at 7 o'clock. This is, obviously that was pretty late actually, for back before Avatar opened in Pandora, but it's now of course usually open until 9 o'clock or even later, and 1 a.m. for extra magic hours for Pandora. And then you can see the parking cost was $15. It's now $20, and then there's also the preferred parking that Disney does, which is, I think, $45. I know it's definitely a much higher cost, and my personal opinion, I wouldn't do that, but everyone is different and wants to spend their money differently on vacations, but it's definitely not that inconvenient to go ahead and park in regular parking to get up to the entrance. Now, this was the photographer was here that day to go ahead and take pictures for the Wilderness Explorers. This was the first day that launched, so it launched the beginning of June in 2013, and Wilderness Explorers is still going, and it's even branched out into the new Avatar area at Animal Kingdom. And it was very interesting because on the map, when this game premiered in the park, you'll notice that looking at the map, Camp Mini Mickey did not participate. There was nothing going on over there, and that was because Avatar was already expected to go and replace Camp Mini Mickey, and that was going to be closing soon. It did, and construction had already started on the new place for the Lion King, Festival of the Lion King show to be held. And so you can see a crane over here in Harambe where they were actually starting the construction process for the new theater for the Festival of the Lion King. And then jumping to 2014, you can see that it opened up a year later actually. So the first week of June, Festival of the Lion King did premiere in the new location in Harambe, and it's a beautiful theater. It really is, and it's very well themed as well. Now going to 2015, when I took over Photo Finds, we went to Universal Orlando the first week of June in 2015 because Universal Orlando Resort was celebrating its 25th anniversary. It opened up in 1990 on June 7th to be exact, and it was just Universal Studios Florida back then, not Islands of Adventure, no City Walk, no parking structures, and no on-site hotels. It's It's crazy how much this place has changed. And around the park, they had all kinds of really just nice signage and things like that, commemorating the 25th year. So they had some stuff on lampposts. My favorite thing was the team members, they did receive a special tag to put onto their name tag. So that was really kind of cool, and I do have one of those myself there to keep. And a lot of people were trying to buy those and collect those because, you know, people that don't work in the park still take interest in that kind of stuff, that really go there a lot. So I've seen some people that don't even work there with these name tags, which is kind of cool. And then on the maps, we did have some 25-year anniversary stuff on the maps, and that was pretty much going on 2015 in June. A lot of great stuff over at Universal Orlando. Now jumping to 2016, we had Cafe La Bamba. I took you guys there to show you the VIP dining experience that they had, and it's still there to this day. But the thing is, recently I did hear that it is no longer open to just regular guests. Now this was something that pretty much no one really knew about. This VIP dining experience is over at Cafe La Bamba, and it was designed for the VIP tour guides to take their guests. So if you're on a private tour or a non-private tour in the park, you can go here for lunch, and it serves a variety of food that is from all the best restaurants on property at Universal. So you can get all kinds of great stuff from like Finnegan's, and then from Mythos, and places out in City Walk. It's really cool. So they have it kind of like it's buffet style, and you would be able to pay $33 essentially to come in here and eat if you were staying at one of the on-site hotels, or if you had the unlimited express pass. But that wasn't really advertised at all, so Universal really didn't put the word out there, except if you were at the front gate ticket windows. That's the only way you really heard about it, and it just didn't really, I don't think a lot of people were buying it. It was more just for those who were on a private tour or a tour itself with Universal's tour guides. And so now it's still open. You'll walk by, you can see the signage for it, but it's strictly now just reserved for those guests on a private VIP tour. So I would recommend doing that tour at Universal. It's not just because of this restaurant, but there's a lot of great perks to having a tour guide. It's a wonderful experience, and this is definitely one of those perks though. And they have a great little cute photo op in there, and it's a really beautiful little restaurant that has been used over the years for quick service locations, and they have the character breakfast in there in the mornings. It's really neat. So Cafe La Bamba is something I would definitely recommend checking out on your next visit over to Universal Orlando. Well, that will do it for this week's edition of Photo Finds. I hope all of you have a wonderful week. I really do hope you enjoy these time hops as much as I do. I know I don't do them every single month, but I try to do it once a month because it's something I really enjoy. I'm very nostalgic like that, and I love just sitting down when I do this episode and looking through these photos of past episodes of what's been going on and how things have changed, what we've seen go away, what we've seen join the parks, and also the Orlando area in general over the past 5 years. And if you ever want to just look at past episodes of Photo Finds, remember, you can do that. There is a playlist of all Photo Finds episodes, not just mine, but also ones with Kevin and Nick. So you can look at all the episodes on that playlist on the Attractions Magazine channel, and just, you know, if you ever have free time, sit back, relax, and be nostalgic, just like myself. It's really cool. So I hope you guys enjoy this. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, share it, and I will see you next week. Remember to get out, have fun, and enjoy those parks.